This chapel was the public chapel of the Abbey of St Mary of Furness and was used by local people and dependents of the abbey who were not normally allowed to worship in the abbey church. It was probably built around the year 1300. People were allowed to pass through the outer gates in the wall of the abbey precinct and enter the chapel through this doorway to attend services led by monks. The two arches spanning the road stand on the site of the original outer gate of the abbey, but were reconstructed from older material after the Reformation. From this outer gate, a walled lane led the short distance to the great gatehouse built in the late 12th century. The present road passes through the remains of this gatehouse along the line of an arched passageway leading into the outer court of the abbey. So the road here today follows in the footsteps of medieval visitors to Furness Abbey. The building which was once home to the Abbey Tavern and which is now part of new plans for redevelopment on the site is all that remains of the former Furness Abbey Hotel. In the years after the opening of the Furness Railway in 1847, the hotel and its Abbey station gave a great boost to tourism in Furness. Except for its remaining north wing, the hotel was demolished in the early 1950s. The station site also has little left to show of its former glories. This north wall of the chapel formed part of the boundary wall of the Abbey precinct. The boundary wall would have joined the chapel at the eastern end, close to the altar and main window, and then carried on after the outer gates. This chapel, therefore, was always at the very edge of the Abbey site. The monks entered the chapel through this doorway, which was inside the abbey grounds and protected by the remains of the wall to the left, which stretched from here to the main gatehouse. Beyond this wall was the road into the abbey from the outer gate. The chapel is well preserved. At the eastern end was the window and altar. In the south wall are the remains of a credence, a piscina, and stone seating known as sedilia. The credence is a side table here built into the wall to hold bread, wine, water, and other items needed for the service. The piscina is a small stone basin with a drain for cleaning communion cups and plates. The triple sedilia are stone seats for the officiating monks and are very similar to the ones in the main abbey.
Thank you.